Metal Gear Solid demo on PS1. I was inside a ventilation duct on Shadow Moses Island, and then the game just stopped. I have carried that one moment around with me for a very long time. Since then, I have had exactly one rule when it comes to gaming. I do not touch unfinished experiences. Then my girlfriend bought me Subnautica 2, and suddenly my entire moral code was setting in my Steam library. My name is Dr. Ryan, and this is the Chronicles of Gaming. Okay, so I have this condition. I call it Unfinished Gaming Experiences, TM. For me, this is made up of 4 separate parts: demos, cliffhangers, episodic content, and early access. I am not a very big fan of these types of gaming experiences. And when I say not a very big fan, what I really mean is they drive me batshit crazy. But I also want to talk about what happened when I finally broke that rule. Because I don't hate these games because they are bad. Most of the time, that is the problem. They are too good. They get their hooks into me. And then they leave me sitting there with nothing but theories, release windows, and emotional damage. So let's start from the beginning. So where did this disorder come from? Well, like most of my problems, we have to go all the way back to the original PlayStation. Back then, you could sometimes get demo discs for upcoming games in gaming magazines. God, I miss gaming magazines. One of the games I was absolutely looking forward to was Metal Gear Solid. I was a big fan of Metal Gear on the NES, and I really wanted to see how it was going to work in glorious 3D. So when I saw there was a demo for the game, I immediately bought that magazine with the disc and rushed home to play it. And it was friggin' awesome. The setup, the graphics, the music, the voice acting, even though it was in Japanese, the gameplay. I was completely enthralled by Solid Snake's infiltration into Shadow Moses Island. But just as I made it to the duct and uncrawled in, the game was over. That was it. The first demo I ever played, and I'm pretty sure the last demo I ever played. I was devastated. Now I had to wait for the full release like some kind of medieval punishment. So from that point on, I decided I would wait for the full release of the game before I ever even considered buying it. I carried this mindset for years, all the way through the console generation, all the way into the PC gaming generation. But then another disorder popped up, the cliffhanger. Now I know for some of you this all may seem melodramatic, but I hate unfinished narratives. I hate loose ends. Here's one a lot of people can relate to, the Half-Life franchise. In case you didn't know, fans of this game were left on a cliffhanger at the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And at the time of this video, it has been almost 18 years and some odd months. We got a little bit of relief when the VR game Half-Life Alyx came out, but it introduced more questions than answers. Now I came into this a little late. I didn't really get a PC that could run Half-Life 2 until about 10 years ago. Against my better judgment, I played the whole series from Half-Life 1 all the way to Episode 2. I'm not saying it wasn't worth it, because those games are still some of the greatest of all time, but it still left me with that what the flying fuck feeling when it was over. Will this story ever be resolved? Please, Valve. Please, before I die would be awesome. And there are a lot of games I feel this way about. Just no closure, no ending, no final answer. I think it is just a lack of patience on my part. No, I know it's a lack of patience on my part. But then I came across another gaming trend that made me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs: episodic content. I will use two examples here: Kentucky Route Zero and Deltarune. These games are, once again, some of the greatest gaming experiences of all time, in my opinion. Kentucky Route Zero has moody graphics, a melancholy story, and wonderful music. With Kentucky Route Zero, I never even touched it until all the chapters were released. I knew it was going to be an awesome experience just from some of the videos that I saw on YouTube, and I did not want to be left on a cliffhanger. Now for Deltarune. Toby Fox, you rat bastard! Undertale, his first game, is one of the greatest games of all time, so I was dying to play this, but I was going to wait until all the chapters were completed. I normally avoid the internet for fear of spoilers when there is a game I know that I want to play. So when I heard that chapters 3 and 4 were releasing together for the game, my brain did something very stupid. It said, "Oh, he's releasing 2 chapters at once. That must mean the game is finished." My brain was wrong. I got to the end of chapter 4 and no! It was my own damn fault. And now I have no choice but to wait. And I'll be honest, it's killing me. But that leads me into the final member of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse: early access. Ah yes, everything I friggin' despise all rolled into one. Not just unfinished narratives, but unfinished gameplay too. Now, defenders of this type of gaming experience are people who love watching a game rise up. They love being able to report bugs. They love theorizing which way the game is going to go. They love being part of the community as this thing is being built. And honestly, I get that. It can be a loving community, don't get me wrong. So if I'd never play early access games, how do I know all this? Well, my girlfriend. She absolutely adores early access, multiplayer, and online communities. Currently, she is a part of the online community for a dinosaur game called The Isle, and that thing is still in early access at the point of this video being released. She was also part of both Subnautica games during early access. Now, I would be lying if I said I have never played an early access game in the past. I have played one, and it was a horror game called Visage. Think of Visage like the spiritual successor to the legend that is PT by Hideo Kojima. So I saw pretty good reviews about the game, and since I liked horror so much, I gave it a chance. I love the atmosphere and the story set up for this game. It was scary in all the right places, and as soon as I decided I liked it, I got the hell out of Dodge. I didn't even complete the early access chapter. I just left because I was not going to get burned this time. I waited for the full release, bought it, and got the full experience. Now, back to Subnautica. I absolutely love Subnautica. It is another game that I consider an absolute masterpiece. And my girlfriend was actually the one that introduced me to the game. But you bet your ass I did not touch it until it was done. I also played Below Zero, but that is a whole other topic for a whole nother time. If there was a game that I could erase from my memory so I could experience it fresh, it would be Subnautica. So when I heard they were working on Subnautica 2, I was happy as hell. The downside, of course, was that it was going to go through the same early access model as the other games. So I was looking at years down the road before I would ever experience this game. Or so I thought. So the game drops in early access. I know my girlfriend is right there waiting to push the button on Steam to download it. But then she does something else. She sends the game to me as a gift. So now I'm like, son of a bitch. See, she knows I love Subnautica, and she is always trying to get me into multiplayer. I usually don't like multiplayer, but she set a damn trap. She knew that even though I have a distaste for unfinished games, I was not about to be ungrateful and not play it. She spent her hard-earned money on me. So dreading the inevitable, I booted up the game. Welp, I'm hooked. Damn it. This game is so awesome. For a first early access release, it was very polished. The graphics are amazing, the gameplay for what it is so far is solid, and the story is full of mystery. Now, the music wasn't much to write home about. Some of the enemy AI was annoying, but I hardly came across any game-breaking bugs at all. And even though, yes, the damn thing ended on a cliffhanger, I knew that while I waited for story chapters and die on the inside, I can at least play multiplayer with my girlfriend. And that is where this whole thing got annoying, because I still prefer complete games. I still want the finished story, the final systems, and the full experience. I want to finish the game on my terms, not the developer's roadmap. But I get it now. Sometimes being there early is a part of the memory. Sometimes the theories, the updates, the community, and the waiting are part of the experience people are actually signing up for. Like a lot of people, I don't have as much free time as I used to back when I was younger. So maybe shorter gameplay experiences are kind of the way to go. Maybe there is something nice about getting a piece of a game now and then and coming back later to see what changed. But at the same time, I still want the whole damn thing. It is a catch-22 to be sure. So does this mean by playing Subnautica 2 I have changed my mind about unfinished gaming experiences? Hell no! This is all my girlfriend's fault. Between Toby Fox's ass and now hers, I will be living in agony until these games are finally complete. And as a final note, Valve, please for the love of God, give me Half-Life 3 before I turn 100. Please? So thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you next time. My name is Dr. Ryan. So long.